So my name is Megan. We are door driven and we are exclusively doing door-to-door fiber internet sales for a company called Brightspeed. So they're in 20 different states in the South, Midwest, and East Coast. So yeah, that's what we were doing.
Awesome. What was recruiting and building the sales team like before working with us?
Well, we didn't really have any system or anything, to be honest. So, a lot of our recruiting, like before working with you guys, was just like organic. It was just word of
Yeah.
mouth, like the people that were working for us. Because Eric, the founder of Door Driven, he's been in this industry for almost 20 years. And so he
Mhm.
had like a lot of context. And so he was, I mean, bringing people on that he'd worked with previously, but a lot of our recruiting efforts, our onboarding training stuff really was just, hey, you might like this job, you might be good at it. Are you interested?
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything really scalable, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was just like a few, here and there people that we were bringing on,
Mhm.
just kind of like a word of mouth thing. So
Yeah.
before you guys, it was just like a one-off here and a one-off there. It wasn't anything like we're actually building a company, I guess, in
Yeah,
a
for
sense.
sure. Yeah, that's super common. It's like you max out your network and it's like, okay, what do we do from here to scale? So
Mhm. Yeah.
love it. What have the results been like?
So actually went through our numbers this morning. So if you're good with that, I'll just kind of give you
Let's do
that
it.
that info. So I looked up on our Indeed, and so we started this. I think we did our first group interview like April 18th, something like that. So mid-April.
Okay.
So since then we've had 1,500, almost 1,600 applications
Mhm.
with a couple of areas that we've been running in. We've had 12 group interview sessions, so two a week, and then we did take a little bit of time off. So for that, on average, we have anywhere from 30 to 40 people that like responded saying they were going to be on the interview. And then we had like 8 to 15 usually on each interview. Um, so we've group interviewed essentially like 100 to 150 people. We had about 80 fill out a response form, like our Google form link to schedule a one-on-one. We probably done about 65 to 70 one-on-ones, just like, obviously some no-shows and people that were just like, we're not going to interview them.
Yeah.
And then since then, we've invited 31 people to join, and we have 16 that have like fully been hired. A handful of them are already in the field. Some of them were still onboarding, and then some of them have just like fallen off after we extended the offer. So,
Got it. Got it. How many people are like still in the field, active and
so right now we probably have 10, eight people, I think, that are in the field of the
yeah.
16 like that we've hired. And some of them are people that we've hired that couldn't start for a few weeks or whatever. And so we have
Yeah.
some stragglers that were still just onboarding.
Yeah.
But now we have, I think, 8 people in the field. And the very first person, actually, I think that we hired from this has just been killing it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been really awesome to see like the results from it. And we
Yeah.
found some really, really great people that obviously we never would have found had
Yeah.
we been doing this. So,
That's great. Yeah, that sounds about right. So 1,600-ish applications, 16, people into onboarding and yeah, it's like 100 apps to get the one person through onboarding. And so that makes a
mm,
lot of sense. You guys are doing an awesome, awesome
yep.
job. What's maybe exceeded your expectations, if anything at all?
I think honestly, for me, because I'm a huge systems person,
Yeah.
and so just the systems that you guys have in place have been fantastic. Like, I mean, just the fact that I get to show up to the group interview and then there's all these people on and I don't have to do the legwork to get all of
Yeah.
that on. So for me, that's been really awesome. But I also think like I mean, the quality of people that I feel like we found that we otherwise wouldn't have found, just because, I mean, obviously you have some people that are
Yeah.
just not it, right? But, which is typical, but we have found some really awesome people. And so I think too, I don't know that I necessarily expected to find that great quality of people coming through this just because there's, tons of people putting in applications
Yeah.
for every single thing out there.
Yeah.
But that definitely has been awesome. Just some of the really great candidates that we found and that we've onboarded and that have just like caught our vision, I feel like,
Yeah.
and have wanted to execute the same way that we want to execute.
Love it. That's great news. That's great news. What would you say to another company considering to work with us?
I would say do it,
Yeah.
honestly. This
Yeah.
has been seriously a game changer for us, a lifesaver for us as well, because
Yeah.
like, I mean, we really wanted the ability to scale and grow our company. And honestly, we wouldn't have been able to do that just through what we were doing, like the word of mouth. And I also think because you guys have, like I said, all of these systems already set in place, it's completely set up for us, and all you have to do is like follow the process and
Yeah.
it works. And
Yeah.
so I think that's something, if you, because I mean, I've worked in other companies before and I'm familiar with like recruiting and stuff. And it's actually funny, when I was doing some of your guys' trainings, I thought, wow, I wonder where these guys came from, because this is so similar to some of the stuff that I've been trained on in my
Yeah.
life and other things. But it's just like a matter of having all of that stuff in place and just, doing that. I always learned in this other job that I had was you just have to copy the right cat. And I feel like that's all you have to do here. You guys have it. You just
Yeah.
have to copy the system that
Oh,
place, and it's like easy peasy. It takes I feel like the stress and anxiety and thought out of it, and
yeah.
just like allows you to do what you want to do if you follow the process. So
Love it. Great answer. Love it. That's it for today, Megan. Thank you so much for your time.
you are welcome.